what it do, squad? It's your boy Geek Samurai. Welcome back to another episode of Geek Samurai TV. Now, on this episode, I want to talk about Mando, the Mandalorian. Season 2, Episode 1 premiered last week, Friday at 3 a.m. Now, I'm bringing y'all this review real late because I've been working like crazy all this weekend, all last week. So, I didn't get a chance to put out my review. But I'm here right now trying to bring y'all my review because I love Star Wars. Star Wars is near and dear to me. I will always love Star Wars, even if the sequels sucked. I love the prequels, I love the originals, but the sequels sucked. I'm sorry. Maybe Force Awakens, you can give it a pass, but everything else is trash. All right, back to the Mandalorian. Mando. Now, I loved how I love this episode because Jon Favreau directed this. And not only that, but we got to see Mando going to the outer rims because now he's on a quest. He's on a quest to find Baby Yoda species, and he needs help. He doesn't know where else to go, what to do. So I predicted that he was going to go and seek out the Jedi, look for a Jedi so they could be his tour guide to, I guess, safely bring Baby Yoda back to his species. But now we find out he's going on the outer rim. He's actually looking for another Mandalorian or other Mandalorians to help him on his quest to go out there and bring this Baby Yoda back to his species, because he's not good at being a father figure or a mentor or a guardian for this Baby Yoda. He's a assassin. He's a killer. That's what he does. Now I love the scene where he goes into like this boxing ring and there's a fight going on and he's asking questions. Do you know where there's any other Mandalorians? So he went to the head. You call him the mob boss or whatever. He has one eye. He goes to speak to him. Right now, I guess he's on Tatooine, going around, finding out who he could find to help guide his Baby Yoda to, his species. So now we see that Baby Yoda is in the I call it the hot seat or the hot rod. You see Baby Yoda in his little carriage, and he's right next to Mando as they sit down and they're watching the fight. Now this guy, who's the mob boss, is trying to tell him, oh, what can you give me? What can you do for me? When you're asking me these questions about Mandalorians, I don't know anything, but if you give me something for a price, I'll give you some information. So Mandalorian, I love what he did because all of a sudden you see the mob boss turn on him out of nowhere, just turn on him, freaking turned on him, had his gun to Mandalorian. Like, you serious? You're gonna pull a gun on me, and you have all your other henchmen or your other goons pulling a gun on me? I bet. So Baby Yoda already knew what's happening because he saw his gauntlets. He saw his little arm devices go off. All of a sudden, you see Baby Yoda hit the hot box or that hot rod, his little baby carriage. He clicks it. The door's closed. Baby Yoda's out the way. Mando kicks the carriage across the boxing ring, and he uses I call them the little birdies or whatever. He shoots off his little missiles, little birdies. They're whispering and making their little whistle sounds. And bang, kills all the henchmen except for the mob boss, except for that goon, that alien goon who runs the whole operation. Dude, Mando, after that, Mando takes him outside the ring. The fight's over. Mando takes him outside because everybody fled the fight because Mando just took out all them goons. Takes him outside, ties him up to a lamp post. And said, you're going to give me this information. If not, I'm going to kill you. And that's what Mando is. He's a killer. And this feels like an old Western. This Star Wars, yes, it's on Tatooine. We know in a galaxy far, far away, there's more planets, there's different cities, there's different towns that we could go to. But we always go back to Tatooine because Tatooine is a big part of Star Wars. So I get it. A lot of people are bitching about that. I loved it. So all you see is a man tied up on a light post, son. And then once Mando got his information, he shot with his little pistol. He shot the lamppost. And all you see is just these creatures with red eyes come out and kill that mob boss, kill that alien goon. Oh, it was savage. Now, this reminds me of the opening scene on Season 1, Episode 1. When Mando went into that cantina, was asking questions, and he was fighting against everybody in the bar. He kills all those henchmen. One of them actually escapes. So Mando uses his grappling gauntlet, grapples the guy, ropes him up, pulls him back in, and he kills him with the door. He shoots his pistol at the door, kills that goon, that henchman. This was such a savage move, and I love this about Mandalorian. He's cutthroat, he's relentless, he's ruthless, he don't give a shit. I'm coming for that ass. And that's exactly what he did. So good. So freaking good. Now he goes and he finally goes into this other cantina, this other bar, and he's asking, okay, where is this Mandalorian that I've been hearing about? And turn around, and we see that it's Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth is wearing Boba Fett's gear. That was a big... I was like, oh shit, is that Boba Fett? No, but it's Cobb Vanth. And Cobb Vanth is played by Timothy Olyphant. Now, if y'all don't know who Timothy Olyphant is, he did a lot of other movies. I mean, we can go on and on about him. I'm not a big fan of him, but he's pretty good. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up real quick. Because I'm not really a big fan of Timothy Olyphant, but I know he's done other things. He's been in other things. I know I should have this on the top of my dome, but it is what it is. So he was in The First Wives Club. He did Nico. He did The Perfect Getaway in 2009. He's done other movies. They saying, yeah, like he did The Crazies, Justified on FX. So he's done a lot of things. But to me personally, I know Timothy Olyphant for just The Mandalorian. He's been in other things. I've seen him guest star in other things, like Deadwood, the movie. He's done that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he was in that. He's done a lot of stuff, man. Or he has a lot of stuff that's even coming up still. He's been in a lot of things. Like I said, Justified, Archer, The League, Rango he was in, Damages. Timothy Olyphant has cameoed in a lot of things. But right now, in present day, in COVID 2020, a shitbag of a year, he's in Mando, and I like him playing Cobb Vanth. Now they get on their speeders, and yo, this is another Easter egg or another tie-in to the prequel. Because if y'all know me, I love the prequel so much. His speeder, his speed bike, or his speeder, has a freaking pod racer engine attached to it. As soon as I saw, I said, yo, is that freaking Anakin Skywalker's pod racer or one of the engines to the pod racer? That's exactly what it looked like. And him sitting on it, I was like, dude, he looked like he has a mini pod racer. And it was just a great callback to Phantom Menace. I love episode 1. I don't care what nobody say. I love that. I love freaking Clone Wars, and I love freaking Revenge of the Sith. Those prequels, I could pick any given Saturday and watch that joint. Episode 1 through 3, straight, nonstop. That's like 6 or 7 hours straight of just watching Star Wars or watching the prequel. Because I grew up with the originals. I love A New Hope. I love Empire Strikes Back. I love freaking Return of the Jedi. That's my childhood. But the prequels I love too. Equally. I can't put prequels above the originals. I can't put the originals above the prequels. They're all equal for me. Those 6 movies, love them to death. So it's good to see that he had the pod racer. Now, on their quest to try and find, first of all, before they even get on their speeders, I love the fact that Mandalorian wanted to take that armor off him. Like, give me that armor. It doesn't belong to you, because he took off his helmet. And I love how the Mandalorian with his helmet on still, he had that startling moment. Like as soon as the Guardian or the Marshal sat down in the bar, he took off his helmet. Whoa, hold up. Mandalorians don't take off the helmet. What are you doing? What's going on here? So you don't have to see the Mandalorian's expression on its face. You don't have to see that. You could just see him pull back and be like, yo, what's going on here? What are you doing? Is you stupid? And when he found out that Cobb Vanth is the one, and they give a backstory to Cobb Vanth, he was led for dead. He was discovered by the Jawas. The Jawas, they don't really kill you right away because they're known. They're ruthless. They're savages. They will kill you. They will burn you at the stake and watch you. And you'll be alive still, watching yourself being burned alive. And then they'll eat your flesh. Your dead, charcoal, cooked up flesh. The Jawas saved him. And they wanted to find out, what could we do as trade? What could we do to trade? We want to trade something that you have, and we'll give you something in return. So he gave him these crystals that he had. A bag of crystals. Crazy purple-looking crystals. Stones that they could use to sell or buy things with. And what he pointed to, what Cobb Vanth pointed to, was freaking Boba Fett's gear. The Jawas found his gear, maybe in the Sarlacc pit after Boba Fett fell in it. They found his gear, and maybe, and it is canon. Boba Fett came out of that Sarlacc pit. He survived it. So maybe he took off his armor, or he was tired, led for dead. The Jawas found him, and he traded his armor so he could get away. Because, we're going to get into it. So, Mandalorian wanted the freaking armor. He said, no, I'm not giving it to you. You're going to have to fight me for it. They're about to go at it. And all of a sudden, they go out of the bar, and they see this sand-like creature crawling, and it jumps up, and it takes out one of those buffalo dog-looking things, eats it, yams it up, and it goes back to his home, goes back to his cave. So Cobb Vanth is like, yo, I know what that is. That is a crate dragon, and I know exactly where it lives. As long as it's breathing, we got to take it out. Now, I love this because now we get to the Sand People now. They have to make a deal. Cobb Vanth, the Mandalorian, they have to make a deal with the Sand People. Let's work together to take out this crate dragon, because y'all are having problems with the crate dragon too. Y'all can't stand them either. Crazy. Crate dragon, they have to go and take him out. And now it's crazy because the Mandalorian can speak to the Sand People with all his grunting and talking to him. He's doing all of these gestures, and he could communicate with them. And now we forget, at the end of season 1, we know that Mandalorian has been around Tatooine for a very long time. So he has probably grown accustomed to speaking their language. All the moaning and the grunts and everything, he knows how to talk to the Sand People. Now I like this because we're known for the Sand People being savages and killers too. But in this episode, they look so civilized. They look so, you know what I'm saying? They really look civilized. And we get a little backstory to how they live and how they, survive in Star Wars. It's crazy. So they come together, they get all the explosives together. They have those dogs, like I said, those buffalo looking dogs as live bait to call out the freaking crate dragon. They know where he's sleeping. So a couple of Sand People run up to the cave. They know where he is. They yell out. They shoot their pistols or their blasters. Here comes the crate dragon, and he comes out and he kills one of the Sand People. Goes back into the cave. No, we need to bring him out. Mandalorian's like, we need to bring him out farther. We need to kill him. We need to take him out. They go. So here's what the Mandalorian and freaking Cobb Vanth, they go on top of the cave, are waiting for the crate dragon to come out. We see the crate dragon come out. They finally were able to take him out, and they use the explosive to kill him. Then we see the Sand People go to the crate dragon, take up that pearl. They finally found a pearl. There's probably several pearls that they could use. It wasn't an egg, because the egg is huge. The egg is huge. But it was a pearl that they could use. And the Sand People are cheering and everything. Okay, we got this famous pearl from the crate dragon. We could use it and we can sell it. Now, towards the end of this episode, we finally got the big reveal, which is Boba Fett, who has been watching the Mandalorian's every move since season 1. I still think the Mandalorian was the one that went to Ming-Na's character when she was not killed, but left stranded in season 1. That was Boba Fett who was probably approaching her. But I could be wrong. But we finally see freaking Tamara Morrison. Boba Fett is in Mandalorian. And he is the OG Mandalorian. And I want him to tell his story. How did he escape the Sarlacc pit? I want that to be canon. It is canon. I want him to mention it in Mandalorian. He got to. How did you survive that? Because your blaster was defect. Your jetpack was defective. And if y'all remember from Clone Wars, it was Han Solo who bumped into his jetpack and shot him off. Boba Fett went flying. And we've seen that also in this episode too, because freaking Mandalorian knew that Cobb Vanth's jetpack was freaking defective. He triggered it, and Cobb Vanth just went flying. He went taking off. So I love that. I love that callback too. There's so many different callbacks in this episode, from the pod racer all the way to the jetpack to finally seeing Boba Fett. And he looked like he don't have the mask on no more. He's just straight outlaw, straight badass. So fucking good. Love this. I cannot wait for this Friday for season 2, episode 2. I'm going to do my best. I'm a very busy man. I'm going to do my best to do these episode reviews and give y'all that good, because I love Star Wars so freaking much, man. And I just love discovering these new characters and going on their quest and going on their... That's what I want Star Wars to do. Stop revolving around the Skywalker family. There's so many characters. There's so many things you could talk about. There could be a Darth Maul TV show, an Obi-Wan TV show that we're getting. There could be so much. I mean, we can go into Qui-Gon Jinn. Bring back Liam Neeson. Qui-Gon Jinn. Talk about his life, how he became a Jedi. There's so many characters. I want a Darth Maul series. Animated or live action. Give me that good. All right, squad, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share the Geek Samurai. Tell me what y'all thought about Season 2, Episode 1 premiere. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm about to get up out of here. I missed y'all. I love y'all. I'm always going to be true and real with y'all. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.